In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Battle Droid reissue figure from The Phantom Menace. Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video, and welcome to my review of the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Battle Droid. This is a reissue figure. He was originally VC78 and he still is VC78, but he was in the most recent wave of reissue figures, including Peasant Anakin, who I did a review for yesterday. So let's take a look at these cards. Let's get Bossk out of the way and compare the cards. Now obviously this one's got the life-size mall offer sticker that it had at the time. Now of course you could probably get this one unpunched if you wanted to, but my one is actually punched, and to be honest this card isn't in the greatest condition. It's not one of my better ones. It's slightly curved there. But there's the differences in the cards. Difference with the bubble is that the backpack for the new one is actually on his back rather than set out next to him. So that's just the only difference there. And looking at them front on, it does look like it's got a slightly thinner bubble. And that's what I thought at first. But then when you put them side by side and put them down like that, there's very, very little in it really. You would think moving that would probably give you a bit more room for a thinner bubble, but it hasn't really done too much. VC78, there's all the other figures from the wave and a few from the most recent waves as well. So we're going to open this one and compare him against this figure. I don't have him loose already, so I can only compare him up against this one, but you can already see the differences there. They did say that this one's got an improved paint to make him more realistic. I can already see that he's more sort of shiny, whereas this one seems to have a bit more weathering on it really. So is it a case of, you know, like with some of the other reissue figures, that the original is actually better? But we'll check it out now. We'll get him out of the package and we'll have a look. Alright, so here is the Battle Droid out of the packaging, and you can really see the glistening in the light. It's kind of like got a sheen over it. It's almost like a silver paint. You can really see on the head there. And I'm just not sure if it's better than the original. Let's have a look. As I say, I don't have the original loose, so we can just compare him. Now we've got this one outside of the packaging against this one. As you can see, this one's a lot more of a matte colour, although he does have some of that silver on his joints here, on his arms. So there you go. I mean, the image there would suggest that he does have this kind of silverness to him, so maybe that's why they've made him like that. You can just see there in the image. But yeah, I'm not so. I think I prefer the original, if I'm honest. But this is what they're doing with these new ones. They're trying to improve them with supposed improved paint apps. I'm not entirely convinced with this guy at all, but here he is, and obviously it's a very spindly figure. He can do that whole thing where he, you know, goes down into his like crouching position, if you like, when he comes out of the MTT. Although I don't think he can do that fully because he doesn't bend at his body. But there he is. At the moment I've got the sort of small antenna on his back, which you can remove and replace with his bigger backpack, which also does have antennas on like that. I think I prefer him like that, to be honest. Does have peg holes in his feet, because this guy's going to be very difficult to stand up, I would imagine, because his legs are very, very spindly. But there you go, he does stand up. So yeah, he really is shiny. It's just in certain areas on the limbs and on the front of him, just to bring, I guess, just to bring out some of the detail. But I'm not entirely convinced that it's really worked. Look at that there. Really, really shiny. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts about that are. I mean, you know, do you prefer the older one, more of a matte finish? Look at that. Look at the difference. That's crazy. Some of these, as I said, some of these new ones hasn't worked in my opinion with the updated paint apps. Some of them have. But I think this is, personally, I think this is one where it doesn't look as good. I think I probably would have preferred it in a matte finish. I mean, this may be the more realistic thing, but in figure form, I just don't think it works. It just looks like he's been dipped in varnish almost. He's so shiny. But there you go. Articulation wise, it's quite limited really. He's very, very spindly, very plasticky. His legs bent, his arms rather bend all over the place. He does have obviously elbow joints and shoulder joints, legs, knees and ankles. The head's on a little ball as well, and it's got a little neck joint there as well. But you know, very, very delicate and quite bendy. Decent enough blaster there, you can see that, it's pretty good. And looking at the previous blaster, I think the blaster might be improved in terms of the paint apps. I think the other one's just like a matte gunmetal grey. So this one has been improved, I guess you could say. Roger, roger. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say about this one, guys. It's, yeah, not sure the paint apps has really worked. Of course, it's a decent army builder for people that want to army build their battle droids. Alright then, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As I said, not too much to say about this figure. It's an older figure, and it's just got new paint apps, which I'm not really too sure have worked. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed it, and we shall see you on the next one.